outlets too. So do that. This is Talk to Teach, brother. Talk to Teach, listen and learn. I am your truth transfer engineer. Got the world-class smart ass over here to my left, Mr. Kevin Barnes. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, Milwaukee? 414 stand up, north side especially. If you can hear my voice, clap twice, right?
Honk your horn.
Right. The world-class smart ass is in the building on a Saturday night, man. You know our motto on a Saturday night, beverage, right?
Hey.
Outlaw Radio, anger management. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Like I said, man, it's another Saturday night in the mill and it's summertime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bummed out. You got to excuse my energy or lack thereof.
Oh, man, what's wrong?
I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed that a 3-year-old girl lost her life. I'm a little disappointed that this kind of behavior is the norm in our community.
Right.
I'm a little bummed out because no matter what steps we take to kind of show these people and show our opposition and show those who have oppressed us that we need to be treated like civilized people, there are those among us who still reject that. They still want to do savage things. They still want to have savage behavior. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to say rest in peace to the little sister who lost her life today.
Love.
3 years old.
Love.
Straight up didn't deserve it.
Right.
Foolishness. What can I say?
Yeah.
And then we're mad at everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that there's not extenuating circumstances that create this kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the hate that hate made.
All right.
I understand why our morale is so low. I understand why we continue to invest in things that could not possibly profit us at all.
Right.
You know, we used to call that ass backwards hustling.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing something that makes no sense. And for a little girl to die because of a traffic incident, you know, for the fool that jumped out and shot that little girl, shame on you, you beast, you devil. Shame on you. And whatever they give you, I don't give a shit. I don't care if they put you under the jail. You cannot ever play the race card. You cannot ever say, because I'm a black man, ever again, you killed the 3-year-old baby. So rest in peace. And condolences to the family. And we say, God, all children go to heaven, right?
That's what they told me.
Right. That's what they said.
Yeah.
So baby girl, rest easy. It's foolish, but it's Outlaw Radio, man. It's anger management. Shout out to 3041 North.
Shout out.
414-810-3131 is the number you can call if you want to get in touch with Mr. Terry.
Yes, sir.
Get on his calendar. Talk to Miss Brown. Weddings, bar mitzvahs, baby showers, whatever you want to do. You can get it done at 3041 North. And if you mention that you heard it here on Outlaw Radio, you get a deal, as they say. So welcome to my YouTube people.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to you. We're simulcasting. Shout out to the Facebook people who listen.
Shout out. Yes, sir.
Hit like, hit share. I see the love we get. I see people doing watch parties. Show enough appreciate you.
Warms my heart when I see that, right? You know what I'm saying? A little old us,
Appreciate
right?
the love, right? We appreciate the love.
Yeah.
So, man, Saturday night, man, like I said, I wanted to come in with all kinds of incredible, fantastic energy. But damn, man, come on, man. Like, and it's over nothing. It's over something that could have easily been, if there's an accident, whatever, if the police on their way, whatever, but just to start dumping and hit the baby girl in it, like, come on, Seth.
Well, this is where I hate to be repetitive, right? And certainly condolences, right, to the families, family of that young princess that passed. But this is where you hear me say, all of them ain't us.
Right.
Right. Everybody with a hue, everybody with melanin ain't us.
Right.
And then you also hear me say on a regular basis that I love black people
who love black
people.
Right.
And so that qualifies you. If you're one of those that don't love black people just because you black, right, and you don't love black people, I don't have no love for you.
Right.
You ain't us, right?
Okay.
Because there's a bunch of us black people who love black people. You know what I'm saying? And we would never do that in our community, let alone to one of our own children.
Well, what about see, I'm sorry.
No. Yes, I welcome it. Yes,
but just as I like to consider myself familiar with the streets.
Yes, sir.
We talk to the G's out there. We talk to the OGs. We talk to the bosses.
Right.
When I say to y'all, hey, what part of the game is this?
Shout out Shaquila.
You know, how are we? Yeah, most definitely. Shout out to Shaquila.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sister Shaquila.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't mean to stop your thought.
No. Good now. That's big up. Big
Yes,
up to Shaquila. I see my brother Bull, Kamar Carter's watching.
What's going
Shout
on,
out to
Bull?
Bull. He could have been with us tonight. But you know, Outlaw Radio, man. See, we like a rap group. We like a label. I got all the best, right? So where's MC so and
Hey, Wu-Tang.
Right away. So yeah, man, you know, with this whole thing, with this baby girl, man, once again, are the people gonna change their behavior? Like this kind of foolishness, sooner or later, it has to come to an end. Now, let me explain to you that the white man, his solution is gentrification. This foolishness will be the justification for gentrification.
Oh yeah.
Because of things like this, they're going to say collectively we have to make a decision to just because we can't fix that problem like that. We can just move them around.
Right. But the fact of the matter is, they really could fix the problem, right? Because really, ultimately, like come on, y'all, like with all the summits, all the meetings, all the meeting of the minds, all of the things we've talked about.
Yeah.
We know that at some point or another, it comes down to poverty.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Totally agree.
Cats is out there doing that. Listen, you don't have time to go do shit like that if you got a job and you know what I'm saying? You're trying to pay your mortgage on the house that you own, right? And you're trying to take care of the family that you live with. You see what I'm saying? You don't have time for that bullshit.
Even if you full. Because you can't run from the police on a full belly. You tend to be like, I ain't doing shit. I just ate.
I'm gonna lay down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we act like
we
act like we don't understand what it is, but the fact of the matter is they've done studies with mice and put overpopulated an area with mice and put only limited resources. What do the mice do? They begin to kill each other for the resources. So let's not pretend like we don't know what the problem is. When the politicians come with all their solutions, and listen, and even to the brothers, like, you know what I'm saying, and the activists and stuff, I'm with you. If you want to march, if you want to walk, if you want to protest, I got your back.
I ain't with that shit.
But I'm telling you, the fact of the matter is, none of that gonna do shit until you address the problem. There's a hole in the bucket. You can keep pouring water in the bucket if you want to, but until you fix the hole, it's gonna end up in the same situation. So until we address poverty, you see what I'm saying? Which is, we all want stuff. We all want things. We want things for our family. We want stability. We want security. We want the same things that they had. We want the same thing they keep showing us on television night after night. We want the same thing they keep rapping to us about. You know what I'm saying? They got the bands, right? We all want that, man. Give us that, and I guarantee you, crime goes down. Murder goes down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Theft goes down.
Mm-hmm.
Drug dealing goes down.
Right.
So let's stop acting like we don't understand. Let's fix the problem of poverty in our communities, and some of these things will miraculously go away.
Well, see, that's the thing. Since I do live in this community and I was born and raised here, I'm fortunate enough to remember when there were actual family-sustaining jobs here.
Yes.
In which black men at that point owned bars and stores and car washes, and they owned these corner stores that these Arabs
these gas stations
occupied were black owned.
Yes, mom and pop shops.
Right. Because he was working for so long at A.L. Smith, he said, well, let me go ahead and invest.
Boom. He wasn't trying to rob nobody.
No, he had a bar. There was in the dark league.
You see what I'm saying? So again, let's stop letting them misdirect us. We understand what the problem is. Until there's legislative change, don't let these politicians come in and blow smoke up your dress.
Who enforces that? That's us, because we elect the people who write the legislation.
So all of y'all, that is us, all the black people who love black people, let's go. Let's get an agenda. Let's make that shit happen.
Yes. Outlaw
Leaders,
Radio.
stop fighting. Activists, stop fighting. It's ridiculous. If we on the same side, let's do the same thing.
Big Picture Politics.
Come on,
Saturday
man.
night. It's Outlaw Radio. It's your boy Kevin Barnes.
Yes.
The world-class smartass, the militant with a microphone.
Hey.
The mouthpiece of the movement, a.k.a. the Negro Whisperer.
Yeah.
Shout out to my cousin Tommy Goss.
All right.
Out in California. Big up. They do it big out there.
Man.
That's my cuz right there. That's West Side. People don't know how connected I am. I'm just kidding. I'm hoping he called me, right? Like, cuz, please call me. Please, cuz, call me. Help me out. So no, it's Outlaw Radio, man. It's anger management.
Yes.
Because we've talked about this problem. Now we start to look at, well, what then is the possible solution?
Solution-based.
Because we want to do solution-based radio.
That's it.
Like, not just harp on the problems, but really come up with them and then say, well, what can we do to counteract that? So, like, my thing is right now, anger management. I see right now that anger has taken over our community to the point where, if you really think about it, we suffer from these anger-bearing diseases. Diabetes, hypertension, cancer. You get so mad and you live your life off hate for so long that your cells are infected by
Come
hate.
on, man. From the inside out.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And that's how they get you. They'll get you one way or another.
And they'll throw their hands up like, I don't know what's wrong with them.
Right.
They're just inferior people.
I didn't know. I just saw Boys in the Hood. That was wrong what they did to Ricky.
All right.
So, yeah, man, it's a lot of things to be mad about. And I say this all the time. What we really need to be focused on is something we can smile about. Now, on a day like today, when a little girl lost their life over some foolishness, and if you've been under a rock, you got to understand, here in Milwaukee, we had a 3-year-old girl getting murdered today over some bullshit.
A road rage incident, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it's that same bullshit that you encounter when you out and about and somebody cut you off in traffic.
We didn't all flip somebody off, right?
Yeah.
Cuss them out behind the windshield. Right. We didn't all did that.
Right. And then you jump out the car and just turn into
it don't have to go there.
The Sundance Kid, right?
Yeah, listen.
So that's I want to say it's Outlaw Radio on its anger management, but I do want to do this show and I want to dedicate it. I don't even know her name yet. I want to dedicate it to this little sister. Because she'll never, who knows, she could have been greater than me with this microphone.
She could have been the one that came up and cured cancer, right? You know what I'm saying? She could have been the next anybody, or the first anybody, because nothing ever happened till the first time it did, right?
A dream deferred?
Yeah.
Didn't somebody say that?
Yeah, so we don't know. We don't know what we lost. We have no clue.
Right.
No clue.
Man, shout out to you if you're checking us out. Clearly Clever is in the top chat.
What's going on, man?
He looking for Wayne. He looking for Wayne, man. He said eat your Wheaties and don't get diabetes. Right. That's easy for you to say.
Yeah. Say 3 times fast.
Do me a favor if you're watching the show. Hit like, hit share, hit follow, but also comment. Let us know what you think about.
I want to hear what y'all got to say.
Anger management. And we have Brother Kamar Carter. I have to shout Kamar Carter
What's
out.
going on, Bull?
I got to shout Bull out because what I've done is we do the Warrior Report on Wednesday nights. And we talk about wellness for Black men.
Right.
And it's really about all the internal things for Black men that could contribute or take from your health.
And we deal with wellness with Black men here too, but we on Wednesday nights we have a specialist.
Right.
We have, you know what I'm saying? We have an herbalist.
Right. So we got the Nature's Nature detox.
Right. And so,
we got the Nature's Nature vitality capsules. He has the fibroid busters.
So that's some of the time where you brothers like myself get to put on your listen to learn hat and, defer to somebody who's in their lane. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
But I'm here to tell everybody, therapeutically, you can add up all the trauma that you've been, that's been inflicted upon you throughout your life. You can stack it up and be taller than your house. But sooner or later, you got to deal with it. So when we talk about anger management, what anger management really is it's reassigning the energy. It's taking the rage and putting it in other places. So I challenge Black men right now in our community, around the country, around the world. Let's find something or some way to rechannel our anger. I like to say, let's put that into continuous effort that's for us. Black people shit. You know what I call good Black people shit? We will make a segment called Good Black People Shit.
Right, okay.
Good Black people shit. Shit that's good for Black people.
And if you listen up long enough, we're gonna spit some of that. We're gonna accident, right? You know what I'm saying?
So said his baby girl just graduated from high school. He was a single parent because the girl left the baby with him. Fuck what you talking about? There ain't no Black fathers. That's some good Black shit.
See, that's when you have to stop letting them tell you about us, right? And stop spewing that shit. Ain't no good fathers, ain't no good men. Because the fact of the matter is, if you take your face out the TV and out the computer screen and you go outside, you're going to run into a Black father. You're going to run into a good black man, right? You know what I'm saying? Stop letting the media tell you. Go outside and look. Talk to people. When you go to work, it's some good black fathers there. There's some brothers there that's working. It's, you know what I mean? Don't do it. You run into them at the grocery store. You know what I'm saying?
But even if you didn't have a father, even if you have real events, like, because I will say this to people.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost both of my parents. I've lost several homies. I'm no stranger to losses and death.
Keep living, and more coming.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can say there's been some traumatic events in my life.
Yes, sir.
I look at them like this. Either I can dwell on that shit or I can keep it pushing. And the strategy that I've always learned that's most effective in life is to keep it pushing. Let me keep moving. Let me keep growing. Because sometimes things happen to you that you don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But then later on, you understand it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You get older and you say, "Oh, I kind of understand that shit now."
Right. Now, if I may, there's an example I like to. I had this talk with one of my.
Shout out to KT Killing.
Shout out. One of my young ladies who's growing to be a teenager right now.
Okay.
And I gave her an example of being at an airport. You're at an airport, right? Your flight is delayed. You don't leave for 9 more hours. You're stuck. No place else to go. You're stuck. It's snowed in. You can't go nowhere else. There's 2 ballrooms open at the airport. You can spend your time in either one of these ballrooms. And one of the ballrooms is having a funeral, right? And so they're mourning the loss of a loved one. In the other ballroom, they're having a wedding, right? And they are just excited about life and the opportunities and the hope of things to come. You got 9 hours to sit. Your flight is going where it's going. It's leaving when it's leaving. That ain't going to affect it. Where do you sit and spend this time?
Okay.
Most of us are going to say in the room with the wedding, right?
Right.
Well, it's no different. Where do you sit and spend your energy? Do you sulk, right? Because your destination haven't changed. You know what I mean? Your flight time haven't changed. Where do you want to dwell? And we're talking about mentally. You can dwell in a positive place or you can dwell in a negative place. But it's your choice.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, yeah, a lot of times we have to understand that our joy, our happiness is our own responsibility.
But I also want to speak to people right now who are so pissed off, and that's why I named the show Anger Management.
Yes.
Is because I understand the anger. I understand the frustration.
Yeah.
I understand the desperation.
Right.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
When you hungry, your decision-making process is a little bit different as opposed to when you're full. When you occupied, your decision-making process is a little bit different than it is when you ain't occupied.
Mm-hmm.
When you don't have a mission, you don't have a goal, you don't have structure, you can't draw consistency to save your life. You tend to be distracted.
Absolutely.
And when 40% of a population, such as Milwaukee, which makes up coincidentally 40% of the population of Milwaukee,
come on,
half of that population lives below the poverty line.
Yes.
Poverty is the norm, and most of it generational.
Come on.
Meaning they ain't never even seen no success.
For sure.
So you got a family that's just totally anti anything because they like, it ain't never made a difference, no way.
And it haven't. Right. I mean, you can't really argue with that. And then a lot of white people get into trouble because when they start to reminisce to them about the good old days, what they don't understand is always on the back of one of us. Like the good old days for you represents some sort of negative experience for everyone else. Right. So anytime they start to reminisce about this, that, and another, it's always on the back or on due to the blood of one of us.
So make America great again, my ass.
It's great for you.
Make America racist again is what you mean. It's Outlaw Radio, man, on a Saturday night.
D.L. Hughley said it the best, man, if I may. He put it into an example of an abusive relationship, right? Okay. You have a man and a woman, he been kicking her ass, right? But they get past and they decide and they change their ways. Right. So anytime he starts to go, well, yeah, we had a great time in New Orleans. You're going, no, nigga, you had a great time in New Orleans. You blacked my eyes. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem America got. They want to go back to the good old days, but it's always to the detriment of one of us.
Right.
White people.
There's no such thing as good old days.
No.
Here to tell it.
Hello, somebody.
Here to report it.
Yay.
It's Outlaw Radio, man. I want y'all to get involved. I got caught slipping the other night, and this is a good thing.
Hey.
Accountability is my favorite word.
Sometimes you need that.
I got caught slipping with the phone system. Hey, we got some equipment coming. Yeah. Trust and believe that we're going to straighten that out.
He was really upset about that, too. Yeah. I want y'all to know.
My feelings, yes, he did.
He was upset.
This is my baby right here. I got to make sure the baby got milk.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I want you all to know that the show is interactive. So please chime in. Let us know how you feel. We're live on YouTube. We're actually live on Facebook as well. We simulcast. It's the People's Network presents Outlaw Radio. Anger Management.
Anger Management. Yes.
I know you mad. I know you pissed. I know you like, fuck it. I don't see all those black people saying, fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give no fuck.
Man, please. Like I give a fuck.
Right.
You know,
I wish a motherfucker would.
Right. I wish a motherfucker would. Black people famous for saying that shit. I wish that motherfucker.
Right. Yeah.
You're like, well, what if he slapped you? I wish that motherfucker would slap me. Black people stay wishing.
But listen.
Then when it happened, they be like, call the police. Call the police.
You really didn't wish you would.
Right.
But listen, black people, your feelings are just how you feel. It doesn't mean anything to anybody else outside of you. Don't get so caught up in your feelings and think that because you feel some kind of way, it validates, it makes something true or untrue. It's just how you feel. You got to learn how to get over some of that shit.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like anger management, like we really got to figure out a way to deal. Like, because our management of our anger in our community is like, you get mad and you snap out. Now, there's plenty of variables. I mean, maybe you was off whatever. Maybe you had popped a couple of these or smoked some of that or drank a little bit of this.
Didn't get none of that.
What? Right.
And she said such and such, and she told
all that. Maybe you couldn't touch the bottle. I don't know what your issue.
I can't relate to that. I don't understand.
Right. And it's deep too, in the words of Richard Pryor.
Hey.
So no, I mean, but you feel the way you feel. Look, I want to tell people whatever you say you heard about, I believe you. You hear me?
Yeah.
If you say I'm mad because a motherfucker touched me when I was little, I say, man, that's fucked up. I believe you. If you say I'm mad because my boyfriend beats on me, I'm say, damn, that's fucked up. I believe you. And if you lying, that's on you. But the fact is, there's something that's bothering you. You need to deal with it.
All attention is not good attention.
Right.
And you have to have some level, some boundary. There have to be some things that you won't lie about. Okay. So
right.
Me and you, we've all called into work at some point or another, right?
Right.
And there's some lies that you tell and some that you just don't. I'm not going to call and say my mama died.
No, right.
I'm not going to call and say I got cancer.
That's a bad lie.
I'm not putting that out there in the universe. You have to have some level, right? You know what I'm saying? Some things that you won't say, some things you won't do. If not, man, you just lie about anything.
Right.
And some of those things you speak on yourself. And
you have no boundaries.
Hey.
I have a problem with that. Shout out to Thomas Radcliffe. He said, what's up? Clearly Clever. I see you in the YouTube chat room. I keep telling y'all, go subscribe to the chat room.
Yeah, do the chat room.
Ain't that what that is? Go subscribe to YouTube.
Yeah, the YouTube.
No, that's YouTube. Okay. That's Facebook.
Because it's going on over there.
Right. Right. Well, yeah, that's Facebook. We get a lot of love on Facebook.
Yeah.
We get a lot of love on Facebook. I appreciate that.
If I had my glasses, I could read some of that, right?
Well, it's right in front of me. I can see it. Whatever y'all got to say.
Well, you need glasses too, though. You know?
Well, according to who? I got 3 screens. I'm going to see your ass on one of them. I guarantee you.
He gonna see. You're gonna be blurry, but damn it, he gonna see.
And you know what else is going on in America too?
What's going on, brother?
Y'all stay with the show. Y'all stay with the show. Y'all listen to this show because I'm about to piss Jason off.
Oh. Now he's thought about this. Like he didn't put some thought into this, and I don't know what's coming. But when he say that, I believe it.
R. Kelly. As soon as I said his name.
Yeah.
R. Kelly is in deep, deep doo-doo, y'all. R. Kelly is about to go away for the rest of his life. And I can't say I disagree. And I said this before, and I'll say it again, and this is where I know I'm going to piss Jason off.
No.
I don't care if R. Kelly is black, purple, yellow, green, fuchsia, turquoise, or what.
Mm-hmm.
You, my friend, over 20 sex tapes, additional sex tapes, allegedly.
No. Yes, sir.
Allegedly have been recovered of you with underage girls.
Right.
You've been charged with the Mann Act, transporting underage women across state lines.
Sex trafficking.
You a federal pedophile. Or as them people say, you a whole pedophile. Right?
Right. Key in the ignition.
Right. Feeling, I mean, the Man had a song called Feeling on Your Booty. And we acted like that shit was cool.
I didn't, for the record. I never liked R. Kelly. I got daughters. Never was on that
and
shit.
he actually, what he yodeled on the shit. Feeling on your booty, booty. And motherfuckers like, that's that shit right there. And that was years ago.
They were singing the shit in kindergarten.
Come on, man. My sister Shaquila said the little baby girl's name is Brooklyn.
Thank you, Shaquila.
Yes, my sister. Yes.
And look, and had I thought about it, I know I should have asked because I know you know.
Yeah.
You know
And her name is Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn.
So rest in peace to baby girl. Rest in peace.
Little princess.
If you watching right now, if you just tuning in, we're doing Outlaw Radio and we're doing anger management.
Yeah.
But it's all in the spirit of this little sister who lost her life today on some stupid shit.
Some dumb nigga shit.
Right. And yeah. How she
it's some dumb nigga shit. Like again.
So with the R. Kelly thing, here's what Jason and I have always disagreed about. Because okay, R. Kelly is a pedophile. Okay, he's being prosecuted. But I want him to be prosecuted in the same fashion that you would prosecute a white dude who did said crime. Epstein.
Or in the same way that you didn't prosecute a white dude. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
So no, but Epstein, who's richer than R. Kelly, is on the hot seat now. And this is the tipping point because I think Robert Kraft will go down as the one who fucked the whole game up. Because he got caught first. But Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots. Right. So you've exposed this rich white man sex trafficking role. Let me explain something to y'all. Rich white men don't go to the club to get women. You will never see Steve Allen or Jobs or any of these rich white dudes at 618 or Jeans Lanes or right. And there's no salt on none of their clubs. Them dudes, they're gonna order them some sex.
Listen, and it's gonna come with a bowl on it, and they can order the age, ethnicity. I want her to be tall. I want her to have thick thighs. I want her to like whatever you want. They're gonna get it like Burger King. Right.
Build a bitch.
Yeah. Right. And what we have to understand though, and let's stop being so naive, there are a certain group of people that laws don't apply to. Robert Kraft got membership to that club, brother. So while we talking about, these people that we know are guilty, and they've been caught, they got witnesses, you notice who is the one that is in a cell. And who are the ones that have not seen a day?
Well, we're talking about Bill because we got to put Bill and we got to put Weinstein because right now we're watching
the Weinstein. But let's not forget about all the Catholic priests that have been redistricted and moved to another. Like they just got shuffled around. None of them, no matter how many witnesses they had, ever went to jail. Ever did a single day in prison.
Well, except one. Remember, we did the research. That was one.
Yeah, okay, one.
That was one.
Listen, it's disproportionate. Even if it's one, forgive me. That's still my point. Is still valid.
I like you said disproportionate. I don't know why that shit's funny to me. I just said,
look, Jason used the big word.
But no, because that's a word you didn't use when I say like, oh, now you're like, I'm taking your shit, right?
Oh yeah, because disproportionate. Your name is Webster, and shit like okay.
That's my little cousin. So he's a Barnes. Let me see the chat room. Okay, was R. Kelly friends with Jeff Epstein? We know they are rich.
One got the complexion for the connection.
Well, he said Robert Kraft is no comparison to R. Kelly, not even close. And I don't believe that I made that generalization. My point is that R. Kelly is rich, or what we thought was rich.
Well,
Epstein is 10,000 times richer.
Right.
But if you're going to say R. Kelly's worse, why? Because Epstein's already done 13 months. Mm-hmm. He got caught before.
Yeah.
He was convicted. R. Kelly beat his first case.
Right.
Epstein went, rich as he is, he went and did time for it.
Hold on. Said it again. Because who did time?
Epstein. Epstein, not Weinstein.
Okay, that's
Epstein
my fault.
is the new. He's friends with Trump. He's a
so this is where
he's a gazillion thousand millionaire. He got houses all over the planet. Has managed up to $1 billion in funding. Right. I just say this. What we're watching right now, we seen Weinstein, not to be confused with Epstein.
Yes, and that's my confusion.
I mean, Jewish people acting a fool. Let's just get it out there.
Yeah. Jewish.
Right,
people.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
My
okay.
Hasidic brethren are tripping.
Oi, oi.
Right. You speaking in Hebrew. No, but so
Look, you're gonna have some black
so now we look
Israelites
at
after
they
me.
all have money. R. Kelly has money. If not, he has money making potential. Because just to be his agent or own the masters to the music he makes contributes to your economy. So there's money there.
Mm-hmm.
There's money with Epstein like a motherfucker. He's the friend of presidents and ambassadors. And then there's money with Weinstein, who was running Hollywood.
Right.
So now we're talking about billionaires. You add Robert Kraft to that. Yeah, Robert Kraft is no R. Kelly, allegedly. First of all, you don't know how many underage.
That's just the one he got caught for, right? Like, listen, if you got a husband or you got a wife, right, and she get caught cheating, and she tell you that's the one and only time I ever cheated.
Only time I ever did it.
Come on, listen, come on, y'all. There's a such thing called common sense.
My grandmama said, "Hit dog holler."
Boom. You know what I'm saying? So this is just the time he got caught about. We understand it's probably more than likely, allegedly, some other instances. Let's not be dumb. Let's use our common sense.
Yeah, clearly Clever said R. Kelly's been getting the pass for decades. I totally agree.
I agree.
Yeah,
no one's here is defending R. Kelly. The only thing we saying is it's some people with another hue that's guilty of the same infraction that's getting some different treatment. So no one is defending R. Kelly. We just saying that it's some Juan Epsteins or
I'm saying I want to see it play out.
And some Woody Allens and some shit that probably should be in jail too. That's all.
I want to see it play out.
Yeah. No,
I want to see it.
We have. We watched Bill Cosby.
I want to see it run its course. No, and the reason I'm saying that is because now you got these two uber rich Jewish dudes. Not only are they rich, but they're Jewish. When you pay attention to it, this is a double-edged sword. This ain't your average poor Irishman who's my grandmother was on Ellis Island. No, here's a rich Jewish dudes who are entirely connected to something that's at least a little bit conspiratorial. But why? You know what the word conspiratorial means?
It's some shit you just made up.
It's right. That's why I said it. Like, damn. Like, I know he ain't gonna know what it means.
I was gonna let it slide to you.
It's not a real word, right? Conspiratorial is one of them black people words like rapey.
You can't listen. I used that word this morning.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's rapey is right. Right. We reinvent the language. Is what we do. It's not ours anyway.
Well, because listen, the way they apply it to it is wicked, right? So we got to do our own thing to it just to be all right.
Well, they call it the Queen's English. We be like, fuck the Queen. That's right.
Fuck you, right? You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, man. But it's conspiratish, meaning there's a serious system that's laid down here.
Yes, sir.
When you look at Robert Kraft, and I was one on the show who, because in this rock song. Like, I think dudes should be able to have like a national day of getting off. Like, because if more men really just bust.
Go to Amsterdam. I think they have.
Well, like, bust without getting somebody pregnant.
Oh, okay, okay.
Some dudes be like, every time I bust, it'd be a little kid. No, bro. No.
Condoms. I'm sorry.
Well, right. You got to get it off your chest.
Or leave it on the chest. Goddamn.
Whatever it is that you do to take yourself away from being distracted by our anger. We are angry. Black people are angry. I'm angry. I have been ever since I've been a little kid. Anybody who knows me will tell you he was always angry.
Who's the brother that said to be a conscious black man in America is to live in a constant state of rage?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's some real fucking shit.
Always been.
And they can find the data when it applies to them. When they go off the war, they will find the data that says, you know what, they have this disease and that disease and it's stressful and this, that, and another. As long as it applies to them, it's great. You know what I'm saying? But when it's crack, right, throw them in jail. But when it's opioids, listen, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's a sickness, it's an illness. Look for the spin. Understand the inconsistencies. Use your common sense. Common sense. Let me tell you, we smarter than they give us credit for. Right. Just problem solve. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, we in prison, we got some geniuses. We got some mathematical geniuses that could do numbers in their head. And they can. We got brothers that you can put it in their hand and they know just from touch that this ounce is like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I can eyeball perk.
They can feel it. Like we got some, but they just put their shit in the wrong basket. But I'm saying we are incredible. We run their companies. We presidents, and see. So when you start telling me we can't do it for us, but we doing it for them, we sending kids through college and we running they corporations, we can do it. We just need to get on the same page.
Hey, shout out to Clearly Clever, because he is entirely right when he said Michael Jackson got a pass.
He did.
He said he got a pass when he was black. Then when he became white, they were all over him.
Well, listen, and I don't disagree with him at all.
That's why that shit's funny.
It is. But he got a pass, but I'm saying it's some white people that's been, listen, the complexion for the connection and the protection is in effect.
Okay.
It's a long line of documented pedophilia going on in Catholicism, right? But the Vatican has a lot of money. So when you start talking about people that get a pass, let's start at the top.
Okay.
Pope.
Okay.
That's one little humble man's opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It was just very loud.
Right.
That's all.
And you need that from time to time.
Right.
Absolutely.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's Outlaw Radio on Saturday night, man. Hit like, hit share, let people know we're on. I know y'all getting ready to go out. Some of y'all already out. You'll watch the show retroactively.
If you out and you watching the show, you a champ. Send us a selfie or something so we can shout you out
and we'll buy you a drink.
For real.
You send us out somewhere and listen to the show.
Let's do that. Let's put that challenge. And next week we'll come out and buy you a drink. Right. Let's do that.
Send me a picture where you was out listening to the show.
Unless you're in a gay bar.
Right. Well, yeah. This time he won't do it. This time Jason won't.
But he might try to talk me into it.
Next time Jason will be like, "Hey girl,
no.
Tequila on the rocks." So yeah, man, when we talk about anger management, I think everybody has a reason to be pissed off. Look, I'm not here to tell you that you don't have the right to be angry. I'm here to tell you that you have to deal with that energy a certain way. I'm here to tell you that being pissed off don't mean I justify you grabbing a pistol, going into my community, shooting somebody, shooting a 3-year-old girl, and saying, "Well, I was just mad that day. There was a lot of shit going on.
Should have shot yourself.
The white man is on me so tough that I went out and shot a 3-year-old girl."
Should have shot yourself.
Right.
Next time you get that mad, shoot yourself.
Right. Okay.
Right in the head.
Right.
So, but while I just upset a bunch of different sexual people and their alternative lifestyles.
Well, Pride was up. Summerfest was down. Pride Fest was up in Milwaukee. There's a lot of y'all that ain't telling the truth about who you is.
Little T-Rex Joe.
I just went down there to get some corn. Yo, lying ass.
You want a rainbow corn? Like, stop that.
You got a cob, all right.
So why are we doing that? And I don't mean to be offensive, specifically.
Hell no.
But before
you gotta be able to take a joke.
But before I take it away, I add some more to it. Goddamn. But listen. But I needed to talk about Little Richard because after you spent a lifetime,
you said Little Richard.
We're
gonna talk about Little Richard on Outlaw Radio. This is not. I swear to God, that's why I told you to go up. I knew it. Go ahead.
Wait. So the dude, listen, I have actually met Little Richard. Like, I was a sky cap in the airport, so I ain't talking about what YouTube told me, and then I feel I can have an opinion. I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I said I met him.
I put some shit. Right. Go ahead.
But now this is the wop da baloo ba balop bamboo, Jesus, right?
Okay.
So, he also speaks out against unnatural affections. So my thing is this: I'm kind of asking a question. Do you get to do that when you 84? You done fudge packed and rope sucked a whole bunch of stuff, like, for the.
I'm behind. What's rope sucking? Like, I ain't up. I immediately said, "Well, what is that? I ain't never. What is the rope suck?"
I'm just come on. I don't want to give you too much visual imagery, but I'm just saying. After you done embrace that lifestyle, you 84 now. Right. Your shit probably is toe up, right? It probably don't function in the manner in which you. So is it okay for you to now come out and say, since I'm too old to do it?
Detoxification is mentality.
It's foul and it's not good, and you shouldn't do it either.
Right.
What do you think about that, my brother?
Well, I think first of all, the fact that we talk about Little Richard says a whole lot about us as a people, right? It shows you.
Well, he's the pioneer of some of our music, right?
But it shows that we really trying to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Because we was talking about serious political shit, anger management, and the displacement of negative energy amongst people of color. And then he said, well, I wanted to talk about Lil Richard.
Well, I said some homosexual shit, so this felt like a good segue, right? You know what I mean?
No doubt, man. Shout out to Lil Richard, man.
I didn't say that either.
No, I'm saying shout out to him. He don't like men's no more.
No, women's. But you're 84 though. Look, that's the plan you had.
Like it seemed like you started liking pussy too late.
When it was too late to do anything about it and shit, right? But listen, me and you as PKs, right? So stop.
Don't put me in there.
No, stop. We was PKs. So check this out. We had a plan. When you was a little kid, you was like, I'm gonna do this, that, and the other. And right when I get to be about, at then you thought 40 was old, right? When I get 30 or 40, I'm gonna get saved. I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna get saved. So this is the playing out of that, right? He wasn't 30 or 40. He was 84. He did his thing till he couldn't do it no more. And then he got saved. And now he wants to live like Jesus.
First of all, go to the People's News Network, in which my brother's referencing this article from. There's an actual picture. Like now this dude doesn't wear wigs or anything anymore. So like he's bald headed. He got his teeth out. I swear it's like walking to the corner store talking to the hype from you know, I went on tour with everybody, right?
But his stories is real. Like he really did.
Right.
Yeah.
Al Green and B.B. King. Al Green slapped shit out of me. Like each other. I mean, the moral of that story usually is like you try to get 2 for 15 and shit. So he play young blood out there saying do business with me. You know, if you ever served the hype, you know they do that dance.
Get that dance and shit.
Do business with me. You like, nigga. No.
So I mean, and like I said, I had to put that in there. That's some crazy shit.
I know.
So and I used to be a sky captain. I worked at the airport. Listen, he would tip you real good, but I never wanted to fuck with him because he's too hands-on. He want to hug you and he want to touch.
A lot more went on in that airport than Jason is telling. That will be the show next week. Anger management. How Jason had to get over Little Richard thumbing him.
Boo. Boo to you,
I mean, at this point, we done insulted so many different
people. Well, yeah,
people.
might as well throw me in the mix too, right? So while we talk about insulting people, like I showed you the post, like Sister Shaquilla said, she has some revelations that she might want to come on the show and talk about, brother.
Really? Man, let me tell you something. Wendy Williams ain't got shit on Sister Shaquilla. Let me tell you that.
I just put that out there. Man, this way you can't ignore
that is the hottest tea. Look, I can't even hold that cup, Shaquilla. You know I love you like cooked food.
And my phone died. I don't know what you're saying.
Burn my mouth.
I just feel I put it out there for you.
And we love Shaquilla. Look, Shaquilla is the homie, and right. You know what I'm saying? But Shaquilla, come on, like we gotta talk. She trying to go platinum. She's trying to go platinum.
But we just little old Def Jam over here, right? So slow down.
I'm Russ Feminine. Thank you for coming. Have a good night.
Good night. God bless and good night.
Def Radio Jam. Come on, man. Y'all gotta ride with me. Hit like, hit share, hit follow.
Look, that was a tease for your ass.
Nah.
Yeah.
Listen, man. I'm just a humble man. Right?
Uh-huh.
Nobody understands me. Not even a woman.
This is my brother though.
We're getting it in. And Shaquilla's our sister. Yeah. I'm just saying, and we got to talk off. But she like, let's blow up.
It will blow up. It will blow up.
We got to talk off the air, Shaquilla.
Hey.
We got to talk off the air. Look, okay. So going into that,
yes.
Summerfest experienced the drop in attendance this year.
Have you been?
I've never been to Summerfest.
Stop. Wait, huh?
I have never.
You've never been to Summerfest.
I've never been to Summerfest in my entire life.
Why?
Just because number one, I'm one of them dudes. I don't like big crowds. That's one of my main things.
Is it over? Summerfest over, right?
Yeah, it's been over.
I don't know. I'm slow. I did go though. I went one night.
Okay.
We just walked back and forth. I was already.
There were some bands, like there's some bands who come to Summerfest. Like I'm an absolute fan of Morris Day and the Time.
Yeah.
And they've come to Summerfest and I've said I'm going. Stevie Wonder came.
Yeah.
Love songs in the key of life.
Come on, man.
That kind of individual. But I don't like crowd because I don't trust people. So for me to go somewhere where it's a whole lot of people and I got to move with them,
How does that
I don't
work?
like that.
Being famous though, like you're famous how you are, and then you know what I'm saying.
I'm not actually famous.
I'm just saying, anywhere we go, you have.
No, I just got a lot of Facebook friends, and I know a lot of people from the north side. So when I move, usually you're right. Somebody gonna say,
"I've been out with you."
Right.
Yeah. So you tell them that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay.
That's not famous though. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay.
That's just like I know Kev, right? Like I've been knowing Kev.
A lot of people know Kev.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. I got a lot of love.
They want pictures and shit.
Wow.
I pull them to the side and they'll be like, "Why?" They be no.
Really?
No, I'm teasing.
Right.
That's my guy. He went, I went. Right?
No, I know a lot of. When I say I was born and raised here, I'm not joking. I know a lot of people here. I got a lot of family here. This is my shit. This is my city. That's why I say big up, man.
Yeah, love.
Most beautiful thing in the world is Capitol Drive in the evening in the summertime when the lake breeze blows through.
Especially,
yes, sir.
I was gonna make a bad joke
because you like to go at us. You know?
Well, just the derivatives of Florida, wobbling. But
there we go. There we go.
Love, man.
I want to shout
love
out
the Capitol Drive, dude.
I want to shout out to my brother Robert Stinson, because Robert Stinson is a black man who was unjustly convicted of a murder, of a homicide, and he was proven innocent, but he served 24 years, and Milwaukee had to pay him $7.5 million.
Listen, and I hope he get a chance to live his best life for the rest of his years, because they robbed him of something you can never get back.
Yeah. Oh, goddamn, 24 years?
Yeah, I'm saying that's some Nelson Mandela type shit, right? You know what I mean? So listen, I hope, brother, it can never be undone, but going forward, man, I hope you grab life by the balls.
Buy you a boat.
Do your thing.
Get you some skirt rippers.
Yeah.
But I was talking about Summerfest. I thought that Summerfest attendance was down percentages wise, because for the first couple of days it rained. It was like severe rain.
You don't think it had nothing to do with the fact that there was being threatened with disruption?
Well, I seen that. Yeah. I seen that out here. I seen
that. Could that have possibly been why the attendance was down?
You know what? With the way my mind set up, and the way Milwaukee is set up, I don't really think that was a factor, because I think they had enough security to take care of any attempted. But
I just wanted to hear some truth from you.
Sometimes awareness does that. Sometimes if even there's the possibility, there are some squeamish people who say, well, I'm just not going to go. But I would think it was more about the weather, because
I think so too, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's just me. That's just me.
Well, that's just us.
Right.
Because I concur with you on that.
That's just us. Yeah. He said that's just So no,
I'm the truth transfer engineer. Sometimes the truth is not pretty. Sometimes it stinks. Sometimes it's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me a question.
It's like your ass if you think about it. Sometimes it stinks. Sometimes it make funny noises. It look good sometimes. Sometimes it look fucked up.
But it's real.
Sometimes it get too big. Sometimes it's too little.
And it's gonna be there every time. You know how.
And only I can make that kind of metaphor to relate. Your life is like your relationship with your actual ass.
No, that's good. That's good. I'm gonna have a T-shirt.
Right.
We need to put that down.
Let me see what we got over here in the top chat. He said, what's my thoughts on Rachel Dolezal, the white girl that says she's black? Oh, we got something for that. Thomas Ragg, that was clearly clever who said that. Shout out to the West Coast.
All right.
West Side, shout out to West Side Zeladine, who, man.
All right.
Continuously, man, come on. That's my guy. Said, you guys should broadcast on, I don't even know what that word is, at the same time as the YouTube of Japan. Okay.
Listen, hook us up.
That was Thomas Ragg.
Hook us up.
You want a job?
Right, you know what I'm saying? You can be the PR, right? Hey. Publicists and shit, do that.
But as far as Rachel Dolezal goes, you know, what's incredible to me is the power and the real power of the influence of black people. Like, you can take a white person and you can have that individual. Gary Owen is actually a very perfect example of this.
Yeah.
He's been around our culture for so long that he's actually fascinated by it. Now, he could be the white man of all white men, but it has changed him and impacted him so much, it actually gave him a career. Most of his act is about being a white person and an exclusively black function, right? So you've been given access to the inner hallways, to the deep rooms, to the tombs of blackness.
Yes, sir.
And it hits you. You said this food is good, this music is good, this weed is good, this liquor is good, the women is fine. If you're a woman, the niggas is fine, and we having a fucking great time, right? That shit's addictive. That's a drug. That's why rap music, that's why hip hop runs the world.
Let me tell you.
That's why the hip hop snob says hip hop runs the world, because the influence of black culture
is driving the bus. It's damn sure driving the bus. It's leading the way. It's making the path. You're right.
It always has.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, your fashion comes from us.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk avant-garde?
When do we understand that and take control? Like, when do we understand that?
So when I look at Rachel, I ain't mad at her.
Yeah.
You know, my problem is with the black people who were with her.
Come on.
Who allowed her to be the director of the NAACP.
Okay.
They allowed her to be in this powerful position at this college, you know, dealing with minority students, because not one of them ever said, wait a minute. And somebody had to know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I blame them, but I ain't mad at Rachel. And Rachel lucky she don't live in Milwaukee, because if she did, she'd have a podcast and be popping. Because there's some brothers up here be like, I want you to act black and be white at the same time.
I think that it's when we have this discussion all the time, it's a point of view, it's a micro and a macro, right?
Right.
Because I think on a micro level, that's what they do. And they do it on a macro as well when they come and hijack our culture, right? It's the same reason why you had a cotton club where the main performers was, everybody came to see the performers, but they was still treated second class. They had to come in the back. You see what I'm saying? So we've always had something to offer, and they've always tried to find a way to have control of it.
Well, he asked me about Dolezal.
Yeah, and so right. Yeah, and I learned more from your answer than I had.
I mean, but even with you, with Dolezal, I mean, if you see her doing her thing, I mean, it's what is she? Obviously, she's delusional, but is she wrong? Is the question.
Well, is she
wrong to be a black woman?
Well, you're wrong for deceiving people into thinking that you are something that you're not.
Right.
It's not wrong for wanting to be, you know what, and expressing that, but it's wrong. Listen, my kid said this shit to me, and I thought it was profound. She said, half the truth is a whole lie.
Okay.
A half truth is a whole lie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Anything short of the truth is a lie.
So that's a little wisdom.
So if you get halfway through
according to this bitch, you gave us half the truth, which is a whole lie.
Right. And a lot of brothers gave her some of their truth too. Yeah, well, and that's why she
but
said.
They wouldn't have cared. Like,
she braids hair. Like I really think, look, I see enough cool Negroes that we could actually trade for her. Like, I'd take her over a lot of black celebrities. Like, give me one. Just give me one.
Yeah. Just one. It should be easy. Just one.
And it has to be a female. Right?
I don't care. Just one. I'm making it easy.
What's Tia Tamari? Either one of them, I'd trade for Rachel. Right?
How about this? 2 for 1. Give both of them.
I'd trade Serena for her.
Listen, how about this? We're packing Serena away, and then I like to Serena's. I want to get rid of you. Like, I wouldn't even package you. Hey, look, we got big thighs going on. The one going to big, they're going to one's going to try something.
Big booty on the.
I know I did that terrible. Right. I'm not an auctioneer, but you get the point,
man. Outlaw Radio on a Saturday night, man. Anger management. We have to figure out what we're going to do about being so pissed off. It's fine to be pissed off. I understand that.
Let's not get pissed off.
You have a reason to be frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, black people are downtrodden. We're in the worst possible scenario. In Milwaukee, it's the worst thing in the world because it's really just no justice. Now, there's a whole bunch of awareness created by what we go through here in Milwaukee, but there's nothing being done. We can cry out in the darkest hour, but there's no comprehensive plan. We have yet to come together and really be able to realize what it is that we need to be able to do definitively. There has to be a definitive move. Now, some people say
about it, man.
It's economic. Some people say it's political. Some people say that, like, everybody has a theory.
Right.
You know what I mean? But in the discussion and the argument of that, there's no solutions being done. It's just like the water problem and the water crisis that we have here in Milwaukee. We spent the last 4 or 5 years arguing about this shit, or who's to blame, or how it got done, or what's the cause, instead of actually just coming up with a plan from the start to stop it from then. Like, let's stop this shit and then argue about it.
But there are people that, and you can recognize it, that will prevent you from stopping it. They want you to get sidetracked in the argument. You know what I'm saying? And those are the same people. And I say this again, we're talking micro, we're talking macro. But if you have, and I'm going to try to oversimplify it. If you have a situation where you're saying, we don't tolerate spider web. webs, right?
Right.
Zero tolerance on spider webs. We need to find a way to get rid of the spider webs when we see them, and not acknowledge a whole side of the story is the spiders create spider webs. So if you want to be done with the spider webs, you get rid of the spiders, right? Stop being reactionary. When we talk about we want to get rid of cancer, we want to find a cure for cancer. Before you find a cure, one thing you do know is stop the shit that's causing the cancer. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's go and address the cause and stop waiting to try to do something to the effect. And this is on a micro and a macro. So depending on what you're talking about, whether it's racism, whether we started out giving, condolences to the fact, you don't want those kind of things to happen in our neighborhood.
Rest in peace to young Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Let's get some jobs here. Let's get some home ownership here. Let's get rid of the poverty. This is the solution. And everything else y'all talking about, and I got respect, and I take my hats off to all the leaders that's, doing the boycotts and doing the walks and doing the marches and having the meetings. Shout out. I'm not trying to disrespect, but until we talking about making a legislative change, until we talking about making a difference to what's causing the problem, it's just bullshit.
Shout out to Tory Lowe, who's walking from Chicago to Milwaukee right now.
Shout out Tory Lowe. I didn't mean to disrespect nothing you're doing, brother. Call. Let's do some shit.
No, and Tory Lowe, who's a friend of the show. He's been on the show.
Yeah.
And we asked him specifically about his walk from Chicago.
Right.
And I see he took a lot of our advice because he is going live from certain locations.
Listen,
he does have people who
go out and check that show out.
Right.
Go back, it's archived. Look at it.
Yeah, and I'm putting it all on in the People's News Network.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Tory Lowe, man. Walk the fuck out of that shit, man.
Let's get together, man. The ones that's really us and the ones that's too egotistical and it's all about me and we don't meet and we don't do this and that.
Problem.
Listen, y'all go ahead and do that.
Clearly, Clever told me the white community don't want Rachel Dolezal back. No deal. No, we saying y'all give her to us. We'll give y'all T or Tamari.
Yeah.
We'll give you
Tiger Woods.
We'll give you we'll give you Serena and Venus. We'll give you Serena.
Listen, only one is winning in tennis right now anyway. So yeah.
Right. Well, we'll give you. We're willing to talk.
Right. What's the 15-year-old like? What's her name?
I forget the young sister. Yeah.
Y'all can't have her.
No.
Just the Williams sister.
Y'all can have Venus and Serena. Y'all can have Venus and Serena.
Yeah.
He said we'll take Wendy Williams. So
yes, done deal. Right, listen,
let's shake them.
No take backs. You can't come back later. Right. She's yours.
Right.
He's yours. Depending on how you look at it.
I just want to please, y'all take Kanye too. Fuck it, just take Kanye.
Yeah, no, that will relieve us of a lot of bullshit.
Take Kanye.
He's confused.
Look, man, it is Saturday night. I've had a great time with you.
Love, man. Had a great time with you, man. Like,
Outlaw Radio.
We didn't even fight tonight. You know what I'm saying?
We'll fight after the show.
We will.
But shit is gladiator school. Wow. You want to be on the show, you got to have these.
You got to make it past the garage, right?
Good times, man. Good vibes.
Yeah.
Outlaw Radio, anger management. I hope you understood it the way I meant for it to be understood. All I was saying was, yeah, it's enough shit to be pissed off about, but let's take a deep breath. Let's come up with some comprehensive plans. 2020 is coming. It's an election year. You got to be an informed voter. Like, play the game. Don't be no square and not be aware.
Yes.
Play the game. Don't stop sitting out the game.
Yes.
And you could give up and you could say, I don't give a fuck no more, but that's not going to benefit the ones who come behind you.
Come on.
So what you really got to do is understand that you play a bigger role than you thought you did.
Talk about it.
And what you have to do in order to accept that is you have to have a little humility.
Hey.
I'm not the biggest killer. I'm not the biggest gangster. I'm not the biggest whatever. I'm just one needle in a haystack trying to find my way through this foolishness.
Yes, sir.
It's a circle that appears as a straight line.
Circle of life, brother.
Yeah. You got to understand it, man. And your job actually as a person, and especially as a person of color, is to leave this world in a better state than you found it. Right?
Yes, sir.
Do something positive, but do something for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Let go of the bullshit, because anger makes anger, which turns into negative energy.
Right.
Which is going to be manifested some way. You slap the shit out your kid, somebody else, you got a lawsuit, choked your boss, Latrell Sprewell type shit.
Wow, I heard that in a while.
Yeah. So you got to figure out a way to channel it. And look, we've been fucked over, we've been screwed, we've been, misguided, led astray, bamboozled, all that shit's in there. Yeah, I know. Black people got more than enough reason to be mad. And there's nothing wrong with being mad. There's nothing wrong with being pissed off about the conditions that we live in. But I'm telling you, you have to channel that energy into something more positive, because that energy in itself is dark and it'll kill you.
All right.
So you got to get a hobby. Maybe you need to draw a picture.
Save the whales. Work with
rap,
blind children.
Write a poem.
Do something.
Do
Yes,
a
sir.
puppet show.
Yeah.
Do anything except for jumping out your car with a loaded firearm, firing into a car full of children, murdering a 3-year-old because you can't handle the pressure that's on your grown ass.
You got a whole lot of new pressures now, bro.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not baby girl's fault. And that shit ain't gonna fix your ills anyways, because you're just putting yourself in a different state of slavery.
Yeah.
So we got time to talk about it in the meantime and in between time, but tonight we running out.
That's right.
I do want to shout out my brother Kamar Carter, 3041 North, Mr.
Boo.
Dante Chestnut.
Yeah. DMG.
KT killing them. I can't be Emmanuel Wright.
Sound Silhouette.
Black Nurses
Brother
Rock.
Tough. Yeah. Black
Sabrina
Nurses
Brown.
Rock. Hey, love.
Everybody who tunes into the show regularly. Yes. Shout out to my sister Shakila.
Listen, hey, it's further dialogue. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Sound like you're trying to stir the pot this one.
I'm gonna blow this motherfucker. Black people say I'm gonna blow this motherfucker up.
Blow this whole motherfucker up.
Work week is coming, man.
We got the lighter too, goddamn.
Be wise, man. You go out tonight, be careful, keep your head on the swivel. And try to have some integrity about yourself, man. Yes. Try to do what you can to make the world a better place. I hope you get everything you want.
And
I hope you want everything you get. Peace. I see y'all Wednesday night on the Warrior Report. Me and my brother Bull is gonna get down. If the brother Jason want to come, we're gonna get down. Nature's Nature herbs and supplements. It is what it is. Like they say in Spain, and they don't really say it in Spain. I'm just saying they do. I holla.
Peace.
Like they don't really say that shit in Spain, right?
Well, let me tell you. If you said it in